Investigators say two teens, A.J. Crooms and Sincere Pierce, were shot and killed by a Brevard County deputy earlier this month. The investigation into their deaths continues tonight.
So at the center of it is a critical question. When are deputies allowed to fire into cars? News 6 investigator Maris Badcock looked into Brevard County's policy and how it compares to other sheriff's offices in Central Florida.
Dashcam video of a Brevard County deputy firing into this car and killing two teens has sparked a conversation about police policy. Should deputies be allowed to fire into a motor vehicle?
An officer should only fire his weapon if there's a reasonable belief that that's going to stop the threat.
Chuck Drago is a former Oviedo police chief who was also a police instructor and now serves as a consultant and expert witness when police shootings happen.
And then if you shoot the driver, now you've got a vehicle riding down the road with nobody in control. So that's much more dangerous.
Brevard County Deputy Hafid Santiago Miranda shot and killed 16-year-old A.J. Crooms and 18-year-old Sincere Pierce earlier this month during this traffic stop, which is now under investigation by FDLE. But Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey has already come out defending Santiago Miranda. Writing on Facebook, Deputy Santiago Miranda was forced to fire his service weapon in an attempt to stop the deadly threat of the car from crashing into him.
Do you think the deputy's actions were out of line?
It's very difficult to tell from the video because I can't see what's on the deputy's left-hand side. I can say this. An officer or deputy should not be trying to stop a vehicle, pull a car over on foot.
When we looked at Brevard County Sheriff's response to resistance policy, it allows for deadly force when a subject tries to run a deputy or another person down in a vehicle. Other local departments allow that as well, but otherwise, they classify shooting into a motor vehicle as a prohibited act. Brevard's policy does not. Other departments give deputies these instructions. Orange County Sheriff orders deputies to move out of the path of a car before firing as a last resort. Volusia County Sheriff says deputies cannot assume a moving vehicle alone is a threat that justifies use of deadly force. Flagler County Sheriff forbids deputies from firing into vehicles unless lives are at risk, citing the practice as ineffective.
Unless, and then they give some parameters that will allow an officer to shoot if there's no other choice, if he can't get out of the way, if that vehicle is trying to run him over. But the clear message from those other departments is, we don't want you to shoot into moving vehicles. I don't get that same sense from Brevard County.
Sheriff Ivey didn't respond to our numerous requests for an interview, but some believe it's time for a policy revision.
I think that Brevard County has a problem with their policy.
Attorney Natalie Jackson represents family members of Crooms and Pierce.
I think that Sheriff Ivey needs to revise that policy. If one thing happens out of this case, I would like to see their policy revised.
We asked BCSO for any department-wide memo or policy which could show they went into more detail about firing into vehicles, and we didn't receive a response. Now, we've compiled a bunch of use of force policies across Central Florida. If you want to see how your local agency compares, head to our website, clickorlando.com. Getting results, I'm Maris Badcock, News 6.